It is that time of year where we all start testing the latest and greatest golf clubs to decide what goes in our golf bags for 2023. Guys, in this video we're going to have a top secret chat that no one else is going to hear about my thoughts on it, what I'm going to use and why I'm so confused. Right, kick things off here, 7th hole, Woolley Park Golf Club, uphill into the wind, and the driver that I've got in at the minute is this bad boy, the Ping G430 LS Tech. Now I've brought this out to test it a little bit more because when I've done my review of this, I absolutely loved it, and not only that, but I feel like it could be the club that allows me to hit more fairways moving forward into the summer. You see, I've had the Paradigm Triple Diamond in the bag for a while, but I don't feel like it gives me that shot. Not a great golf swing, not a fantastic shot, but straight down the middle of the fairway. The Triple Diamond seems to be all or nothing. Let's carry on. You see, I have got myself just a little bit confused, and this is nothing new for me. This time of year always does get rather confusing because, as you know guys, for a living I test golf clubs, I review golf clubs, I bring you guys my opinion on the latest golf clubs, which is great and I love that. But every so often there's just a little bit of a something that a golf club offers and I'm like, yes, such as the Callaway Paradigm Triple Diamond driver, which ball speed wise is phenomenal. Distance wise is certainly one of the longest I've ever tested, which is great in a simulator on a launch monitor or when you're just kind of trying to hit it as far as possible. But when you're missing fairways with it, should you go for something like this instead? Guys, get in the comments below. Obviously this video is about me. I'm going to talk you through irons, wedges, putters, drivers, fairway woods, hybrids. But I want to know, what are you going to play this year? I want to know what's going to make it into your golf bag in 2023. Also guys, if you're new here, do consider subscribing. 60% of people who watch these videos aren't subscribed. Guys, that is heartbreaking. We're well on the way to 250,000 subscribers. I'd love you to be a part of it. Now, you may not recognise this hole, and that's for good reason. I hate playing this golf hole because I never hit the fairway. G425 LS Tech, anyone? Maybe? And although my bag is rather unsettled at the moment, I don't particularly mind that. I am working on my game a little bit as well. You may have all seen the lesson that I had with David Ledbetter a few weeks ago. I am actually trying to work on that to improve. I'm putting it together with the information I got from Pete Cowan, two of the world's best coaches, without a shadow of an argument. There's a few things in here that might be settled. I think the irons are pretty settled. I got fitted for those not too long ago. Wedges certainly aren't settled. If you saw my review of the new Mizuno S23 wedges, I love them. And we'll talk putter in just a second as well. Now, irons wise, I've used Mizuno irons for quite some time now. And I've just put the new JPX 923 Tours in the bag. Love the versatility of them. I love the feel of them, the look of them. They seem to be going well. So does the practice actually. Be good. Be good. Oh, I should play this hole more often, maybe. Yes. And with the fitting that I had with Joe at Mizuno, it was more kind of a bit of a shaft change that helped as well. We tried to make sure our dispersion was right with this NS Pro Modus 3. And obviously that is a head that's probably up there with the sexiest creations that's ever been made, even that dirty. So I can't see myself changing the irons, well, for another probably 12, 18 months. But what about everything else? You see, in the past when I've been testing golf clubs, there's always been a set number of clubs in the bag that have been safe. They've been safe as houses, they're never going to move. I had the TaylorMade Stealth in the bag all last year. I think I had the Sim 2 in the bag before that. This year's Stealth 2, I'm going to try it again actually. I didn't seem to get the best spin numbers on it for me. I loved the Triple Diamond, really starting to embrace the Ping G430, which all I feel like I have to do is turn to the top, square the face up, and it's down the fairway. It may not be the longest of the year, but it's certainly no slouch either. I've never had so many clubs that I'm just so unsure about. Probably not helping. And even down to the putter. So I've had the Las Vegas Toulon Design putter in my bag for ages, what seems like an eternity, and I was really getting on with it. I holed so many putts last season with it, but then a couple of trips I've had this year to the States and to St Andrews, I've holed nothing. And I know I need to work on my putting. I know that my alignment's terrible. I know it all. Chris tells me every day that I see him. But as soon as I put this in the bag, my old school Red X, I don't know, I just feel something with it. I feel like it just gives me a bit of confidence. Oh! Literally can count on one hand the amount of times I've birdied this hole in the past. But that's a par, a solid one. And you see, this indecisiveness isn't something that's going to be ongoing through the season. I always make sure that I do make my mind up probably before the Masters. I think when the Masters starts and we get kind of more daylight and all the flowers start coming out and you can smell the grass cuttings, for me that's the golden rule. When you can smell the grass cuttings, you need to have a settled golf bag to make sure you're going to play your best golf. Yeah, you might have a hybrid and a driving iron, you're kind of umming and ahhing about depending on the conditions, but you need to know what drive you're using, you need to know what wedge is in the bag, and you sure as hell need to know what putter is going to be in that bag. And you see, even a hole like this, so downwind, well, across downwind in the rain, par 5, we will have that tee peg. I certainly feel like the G430 for me works better. And the reason for that is, yeah, it might be 5 yards shorter than the Paradigm, it might not have the same spin rate, it might not have the same ball speed, but if I can aim down the left side of the fairway and allow that wind just to bring it back, is this the best club for me? As I say that, that's going right. Okay, maybe it's not the clubs. I think we can fair to say it's safe. And even as I look down in the bag today, you can see that I've even got Cobra Aerojet head cover in there. That is the 3-wood, and that is for testing for you guys today. That is for a review, and I've enjoyed it. I've hit it really well, and like, for me, I'm planning on having the TaylorMade Stealth 2 titanium fairwood in there with the movable weight in. I love the way it sounds, I love the way it feels. It goes the perfect distance for me. It's not an absolute beast, it doesn't go too far, but it goes a nice distance. You test that and you're like, oh, that's nice as well. I can't see this making a push for the bag, but it would have every right to on the way it's performed in today's review. Review coming soon. Right, well that's a fairway we did want. Unfortunately, we're all the way over here, but it's not a terrible line it. It could be worse. And certainly the lessons that I've been having, or had should I say, are going to be pivotal as to how I play this year. I was trying to get this back in play, but I will take that mud off it. It's not our fairway, but it is a fairway. 4-iron over that tree, yes please. Perfect. So guys, are you in the same position as me? Are you a little bit unsure as to what's going to be in your bag for the coming season? Are you not like me? Are you absolutely nailed on? You know what's in there, you've got it all sorted already. You go into the range to work on your distances and your yardages and your dispersions and see exactly which shots you can rely on with these clubs. Or do you not really care? Am I talking a load of nonsense and you really don't care less about this video? Either way guys, get in the comments below and let me know, because it means the world to me that you are a part of these videos. And like I said, I'd love to get to 250,000 subscribers. All you guys that are watching that aren't subscribed, come on. It's getting me there, it really is. Right in the middle of the fairway after that 4-iron, and one thing which I'm quite enjoying as well at the moment are these triple track golf balls. So me and Chris did a video on the Dick's Sporting Goods special triple track balls, which are for charity for kids sports in America, and it actually lines up really well with the Red X that I am using. I'll put a picture of that on screen for you now. Be good. Chance. Right, these are the putts that we were missing at St Andrews and in Florida. These are the ones you need to make as well if you are going to build any kind of score. Come on, start holing them. Stays straight, James. And you know, it's a funny one because I don't want people watching this video thinking, oh, it's all about the golf clubs. James is only bothered about golf because he's a magpie. I like to have clubs that I enjoy playing with in there. For me, golf scores aren't actually the be-all and end-all. It's about enjoying what you use. It's making sure the equipment does exactly that. Enjoy golf more. But lessons, practice, 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 lessons, practice. Yeah, and there is something coming up on the channel very soon that's going to help me get better at that. So if you want to see that, subscribe and you'll see it. But we've not had a hole in one yet this year. No? Stay right.
Chance. Over.
You think? That was bang on line though, weren't it?
It had quite a firm bounce, that one.
Bounced off the cup. Not gonna lie, I really thought that might have gone in. I think it has gone long, like Foxy said. But I always like to talk about hole-in-ones on par threes because you never know, and then you can always say you called it.
Yeah, shout.
I was just thinking I can't see it then, and then it just appeared behind it. Shame, but certainly lots of work to do on the what's in the bag and what's work to do on my golf game as well. Wow. Nowhere